Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Michael Noland here, and tonight we're going to be discussing what Neil Young, formerly of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, thinks about the touring situation, ticket prices, and even a bit about food that's there at these concerts, if you can believe it or not. But first of all, I wanted to encourage you, if you enjoyed tonight's video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps shoot that video out to a wider audience, and guys, I really do appreciate it when you do that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, that's easy. All you have to do is hit that subscribe to the tribe button, that top bell icon, and you'll be notified of all my future videos. All right, so with all the channel business taken care of, let's get back to Neil Young's thoughts on how it is to tour in 2023. All right, so the interview started off with Neil discussing how he felt as a performer touring currently. He was saying it's not any fun anymore. He criticized food that's served at those events. Of course, he's all for farm fresh food being available to concert goers rather than food produced by food factories. But what really chapped his hide was the fact that he would do charity events, right? And still tickets would get up to like $3,000, and he wanted to make it clear to you and I that he had nothing to do with that. Of course, he criticized ticket scalpers, and ticket scalpers have always been a problem. And the fact that Ticketmaster, and more on Ticketmaster later because this is like a big spider web, folks. Ticketmaster has been there supposedly to battle that very same thing. It hasn't gotten rid of ticket scalpers. Instead, Ticketmaster has basically a monopoly on ticket sales because of their connections to venues, radio stations, and a ton of things. We're going to be discussing that. Now, Neil goes on and talks about the battle The Cure had with Ticketmaster, and even winning in a sense where their fans were going to get some refunds. Yeah, $10 to $15. What a victory. Boy, I'll bet you that hit Ticketmaster right in the pocketbook. Not. But here's the thing, we're going to be discussing this spider web that hangs over and entangles live events today. Because Ticketmaster isn't really Ticketmaster, it's Live Nation. It's subservient to Live Nation. And Live Nation got connected to what was the Clear channel that eventually became iHeartRadio, and that organization owned over 800, the vast majority of radio stations in the United States. When Live Nation, which was a ticket selling kind of proposition, got involved, now you can see the spider web start to develop. Here we have radio stations, the majority of radio stations, who are in charge. They're the gatekeepers of what gets listened to by you and I, right? And now they, with an organization that will sell tickets to events based on what we hear on the radio station, is in the mix. And guess who was right there in that whole proposition? That's right, John Sykes was involved, and John Sykes is now the chairman of the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a minion, really, to its past chairman of the board, Jan Winter, also ex-patriot of Rolling Stone. Now we have the majority of radio stations involved, ticket sales, the gatekeepers there, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which will pat all of these good little chumps on the back if they behave, Rolling Stone magazines, and the dozens of magazines now connected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What do we have? We've got a damned monopoly going on here, but no one single person to take the blame. Now, recently there were hearings in Washington, weren't there? And who showed up to answer questions? Live Nation personnel showed up. not people from Ticketmaster, because they're the parent organization, and they, once they were cornered in those questions, said, yes, we could do better. And when John Kennedy made some suggestions, and by the way, folks, I don't care if you like his politics or not, in this case, he's on our side. And his suggestions were taken, and in the moment they said, yes, we might be able to do this. Yes, we might possibly be able to do that. And yet, as 2023 has gone on further, not a damn thing has been done about it. You see, until they are called up officially, not just for questioning, but a good look into by a committee in Washington, these clowns are going to continue to get away with what they've gotten away with for so very long. Stop that. Okay, I get excited, folks. I'm sorry about that. But you know what? We're at a point with live events, live rock concerts, where even the audience is divided. A lot of younger concert goers complain that, hey, it's a new world. This isn't the 60s, man. You can't go back to the garden. And when they do that, they don't understand that they actually weaken themselves. You see, the rock concert goers, no matter what their age, should stand firm. High ticket prices can't help a damn person. High ticket prices don't solve a damn thing. Younger concert goers are still working, and they're working jobs that give bonuses. They even plan their family vacations around rock concerts sometimes. And it is a bit easier for them to afford the higher ticket prices. But come on. If you could cut $1,000 off your family vacation, you're gonna complain about that? I don't think so. Now, in a recent video, I even said, look, I'd rather deal with the scalpers out there. That doesn't mean that I think scalping is right. I even said in that video, if you buy from scalpers, for the most part, you're being foolish. But in an article about Taylor Swift, not a big fan of hers, but she's had her tussles, right, with the so-called devils of the music industry. And it's interesting here because under this subheading, Taylor Swift Has a Better Way, it reads, the concert industry seems to be figuring out better pricing policies, with Taylor Swift leading the way after a 2015 tour in which she lost about $150 million by selling her tickets below market value, according to an analysis by the Financial Times paywall. Swift decided that she would no longer fight the law of supply and demand. Now, the reason I bring this up is this next sentence is very, very interesting. Swift wanted her biggest fans to get reasonably priced tickets and also wanted to make sure she reaped the benefits of the extremely high prices that can be garnered on resale. Swift used Ticketmaster's verified fan platform, also owned by Live Nation. Okay, we've talked about that, which uses online data to make sure people buying tickets are actual fans. Now, some of these figures don't make any sense to me. They talk about one of Beyonce's concerts. Imagine tickets for a Beyonce show with a face value of $100. All right, when was the last time you paid $100 to see Beyonce and actually see her? And a scalper bought 10 tickets online, which eventually sold for $500 each. On StubHub, the scalper would have made $4,000 on those 10 tickets. All right, so they're doing a supposition thing here, right? Evil scalper, right? Making $4,000 on those tickets. I don't see $100 tickets available to go see Beyonce. Do you ever? All right, so first of all, and second of all, isn't Ticketmaster collecting $3 to $4 to $5, even up to $8,000 a ticket for some Bruce Springsteen shows? What does that say to you, folks? The scalper is Ticketmaster, who is owned by Live Nation, who has ties to most of the radio stations, who has ties to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all of the prestige it has, thus giving it the ability to heel-toe these rockers, these performers. Otherwise, they'll never get in. Just ask Foreigner. Backed up by the dozens of magazines, now even hip-hop and rap magazines. I mean, the editors on these various magazines are even on the nominating committee that we just saw nominate a ton of people who shouldn't be nominated. Now, all of this information is online. This isn't secret government dossiers or anything like that. But how many of you, when you purchase a ticket for whatever artist you want to see, go and do a detailed research on where that money is going to? And that's the purpose of this whole video, is to give you kind of a bit of an idea of who's involved, because folks, we're going to have to do something about this. People are being denied seeing their favorite artists. Some of those people who have spent, well, basically a lifetime supporting those artists, and there should be something due to them, or at least morally speaking, and they shouldn't be priced out from seeing their favorite artists. And as I've stated, this is a problem for younger folks too. I mean, all of our money's important to us, and as an audience, we need to stand united and back the artists that criticize this bullshit and make our voices known. And you know how that happens? Well, the very first thing you can do is right here on this channel. Leave a comment. What do you think about this situation? Does it need fixing? Do you got any ideas? Because you know, folks, this channel is read. The comments are read. My videos are looked at by people that you would think would never watch them. I've had Terry Draper check into the channel, the drummer for Clat 2. John Fogerty from Creedence Clearwater Revival used a portion of my video to share on his Instagram. I've been contacted by Kenny Loggins' vocal coach, who was also connected to American Idol. So your comments count. All right, that's the video for today. I'm Michael Noland, and this is, of course, The Bottom Line. And together, folks, you and I mean it, we are the tribe. I'll see you in my next video.